G'day mates, and welcome back to XCOM Asia for Operation Sacred Shroud, the top secret mission to snatch Kevin Rudd from the jaws of that alien menace. If you're wondering who Kevin Rudd is,
he's an influential politician suspected of collusion with the aliens. We need you to bring him in alive for questioning.
This is absurd! Do you honestly think I would turn my back on my country? I am not a traitor, damn it!
Spare me your lies, Mr. Rudd, and your fake American accent. You're coming with us.
We've got a wave of X-rays closing on your location. Eyes up.
That alien is...
Oh my god, he's got a gun! Get down, Mr. Rudd!
I'd recommend capturing it for further analysis.
You'd recommend watching it? Sorry, I couldn't hear you over us filling it with bullets.
You have no right to do this! I work for the people! On whose authority do you operate?
I don't know, man. Probably on the authority of we have guns and we just saved your life. But rather than waste time arguing with a politician, I'd rather get on with things. While we could run straight down the alleyway, it seems like a great way to get ambushed. So instead, we're going to take a detour through this laundromat.
Let's do this. Got it covered.
I will not speak to anyone until I'm given proper legal representation.
Oh, those aren't aliens in the suits. They're his lawyers trying to come meet him. Well, guess what? I hate lawyers as much as I hate aliens. Speaking of which, now we've got one stuck in our backfield. The last thing we want is him sneaking up and suing us, so before we move on, we need to deal with him. As a lawyer, he should really know that destroying someone's laundry like that is completely illegal. But lucky for justice, Judge Toothcake is presiding. The prosecution rests in peace. With court adjourned, we can resume our steady pace towards extract. Because the thin men constantly barrage us with high-altitude lawyer overwatch drops, it's important to stay very close together. If we spread, someone might get pinned out on their own by an overwatch drop. But if we stay together, we should have enough concentrated firepower to take them out. As for where Mr. Rudd goes, just think back to what you hear bodyguards yell in movies. Which means shout at your VIP to stay away from all the windows and doors, and always be ready to jump in front of any bullets.
Time to kick this sucker off. X-ray on the move, they're flanking us.
We've got a few angry plaintiffs to deal with, and they're all demanding that Mr. Rudd die. But as soon as it becomes my turn, I find I can make a very interesting grenade throw. Objection! This grenade is complete bullshit. Objection overruled. With another case closed, it's time to deal with the two sectoids. Luckily, we have quite a bit of good cover, so we can hunker down and see if they sally forth. Now the sectoid's move puts him in a position we could probably flank, but because he only made one short move, we have to consider the possibility that he's on hidden overwatch. Like us, every alien gets two actions to move or shoot, and if they don't use both of those moves, it's possible that they are now on hidden overwatch without the game telling you. This means that if you're playing it safe, you are frequently pinned by the concept that the enemy could be on overwatch. And with the enemy so close, the accuracy on his reaction shot would be pretty high. Subsequently, we want to deal with this without moving. Ghost Dad removes the enemy's cover, making Toothcake's shot quite likely. Quite likely is no guarantee though, and now we're rather snookered. Neither Ranos or Otter have an angle on the enemy, so the best we can do is use Overwatch and expect him to maneuver, which he does. But the oak is strong with this one.
Adjusting aim.
And now Toothcake must weather the storm.
Been down here. Help! Help! Someone help!
In the truest tradition of Ironman Impossible, taking any damage at all is an excuse to go crazy. And in Otter's case, she goes ballistic. There's no good positions for the rest of the squad to support this turn, but we do have a smoke. So Ghost Dad gives the squad some cover, and we prepare for a hostile witness.
Taking fire over here.
This rascal's in a rather tricky position. And after he lives through 2 shots, it's up to Toothcake to bring order to the court.
Planted him.
With another hearing concluded, it's time to continue down the alley. But no sooner has Toothcake left the roof than another one shows up. Let Ranos teach you about life. Repetition is the key to success.
Start keeping score.
The dead thin man gives us time for some emergency ointment.
Medkits fix everything. Calm down.
But God, these lawyers just love taking the high ground.
Enemy is still alive. Oh, damn it.
It takes a bit of doing, but we convince him to drop the case. And with the Sky Ranger in sight, it looks like we've made it through Ambush Alley.
Enemy in sight.
Oh, you can never make it through Ambush Alley.
Where are you taking me? I demand answers!
Don't worry, it's got a bar, it's got a pool table, you'll love it. With Air Force Rudd ready to go, we still have to clear out the remaining aliens. I don't know why, probably because screw aliens, but orders are orders. Luckily for us, we have this dandy little building to flank them through.
X-ray spotted.
So, the whole time, there's been 3 sectoids in here just choosing movies or something. Interestingly enough, Otter tells me that she can totally shoot her rocket through this brick wall. Like, no problem, Commander, I got this. It seems like the most ridiculous wall bang ever, but when you lead people like this, you've got to trust their judgment. With those 3 movie fans scattered amongst the rentals, it's time to finish off their buddy, starting with the shelf of Star Wars prequels he's hiding behind. But our aim is almost as bad as those movies, and it's starting to look like our luck's run out.
Taking fire over here.
Nope, we're still pretty lucky. Next turn, Otter confirms she's got a good flank on the sucker, but thanks to Ranos, we don't need it.
He's down.
So we move Otter back, but it turns out she's not the only one who can wallbang. But with the Overwatch burned, it's time for a decisive move. All rise for the Honourable Judge Toothcake. Please be seated.
Executed to the numbers, Strike One. Get back here on the double.
So with our jury of 12 eliminated and a dirty politician escaping from the courthouse, it's your average successful trial. And after such a fantastic result, the defense gets promotions all round. For Otter, I find the concept of rapid reaction rather shaky. It gives you a second reaction shot if your first hits, but with the low accuracy of the heavy, I feel it's not going to be that useful. But heat ammo's double damage versus robotic enemies will let us chew up some of the toughest enemies in the game, so the choice is clear. For Toothcake, judging by past comments, many people think tactical sense is rubbish, but I'm not convinced. While the extra critical chance of aggression could certainly contribute to your killing power, I find assaults already have a lot of crits as it is, so I prefer the defense bonus of tac sense for Toothcake. For Ghost Dad, covering fire allows him to reaction shot on enemy fire, not just enemy movement, which is a nice buff to Overwatch. But the extra mobility from moving 3 additional tiles makes Sprinter a huge boost to flexibility, so it's my support choice. Finally, as a first level sniper, the only ability Ranos has is creating disappointment. And headshot, but mostly disappointment. As Mr. Rudd tells us how it was all just a big misunderstanding, we get to check out our new support trooper, who was part of the mission's rewards. Joining us from Australia is Sergeant Tackled, and he has access to one of the support's best abilities. Field Medic will allow him to carry 3 medkits for the price of 1, and with a whole box of band-aids at hand, we can fix a lot more boo-boos. As time ticks on, we finish our officer training school, and the benefit of picking Asia as our start finally becomes useful. Asia's future combat bonus means all these upgrades will be half price for us, which considering our current finances is very good indeed. As we continue, our satellite finishes building, which means we can start building another one. Or at least that's what I thought it meant, because apparently you've since told me that you can build multiple satellites at the same time, whenever you want. But all this time I thought you built them one after the other. That's certainly interesting to know, but oh well. Anyway, as the month keeps progressing, another mission is preparing to strike. And just as it does... Oh! Ihan timing! Yes, to our great fortune, Otter and Toothcake barely manage to recover in time for the mission. 4 scientists or $200 are both pretty useful, but with things as they are, I really like the sound of a useful sniper. So it's off to Russia, right after we second-hand some bodies to afford a bigger squad.
We have visual on the mission site. Setting down.
I don't know what that horse did to deserve it, but join me next time for Operation Banished Stallion. Until then, have a good one.
We should get down there and eliminate any hostiles.